both travelled in from New York, so we haven't been in the UK for very long. So I think we're feeling the effects of travel a little bit. Hopefully we're not too rusty as we start getting a grilling from the Dragons.
But will the pair be returning to the Big Apple with more than just a healthy air miles account?
Hi Dragons, my name's Nathan Evans and this is Patrick Ambron, and our company is called Brand Yourself. We're seeking a £100,000 investment in exchange for a 1% equity stake in our business. Dragons, meet Steve. Steve is an Oxbridge graduate with a first-class degree. Basically, Steve is an employer's dream. But when employers look Steve up online, they don't find professional Steve. They find gap year Steve, where one moment has ruined dozens of job opportunities for him. Now, as Steve found out the hard way, how you look online today directly impacts your career. More and more employers are analyzing everything about you before making a decision. That means a single negative online search result or single inappropriate social media post or image can ruin your career.
That's why we created Brand Yourself, the most comprehensive platform that helps individuals clean up, protect, and improve how they look online. First, our technology scours the web and identifies risk factors that could hurt your online reputation, and then walks you through the process of finding and deleting inappropriate images. Now, while your initial report is free, users upgrade to a £70 yearly subscription to get full access to all of our features.
Last year, our revenue was over 4 million, and this year, we're on pace to do over 5. Dragons, thanks for your time. We'd love to take your questions.
Cleaning up online is the idea Patrick Ambron and Nathan Evans are hoping to clean up with in the Den. They're offering just 1% of their business in return for £100,000. Tej Lalvani is first to quiz the profile polishing pair.
Nathan, Patrick, hi. It's a unique idea, but I myself could go and screen myself on Facebook and delete all the pictures that I think could be offensive or prevent me from getting a job and save myself £70.
Yes, but the average person has thousands and thousands of posts and thousands of images. They don't know what they all are. I went through it myself manually. It took 18 hours. But it's not just the time it saves you. Online screening has just become so much more pervasive. Whether you're applying to school or applying for a job or applying for an immigration visa, you're going to get screened, and these screens are way more than just a search. They go through everything.
So all it does is advise you any negative things on Google. Is that what it does?
So let's say you have a negative search result, and it's not something you can delete because it's not your own Facebook, and it's someone else trashing you. It shows up in Google. For example, I think at least in the US, we've dealt with more victims of revenge porn than any other company. Sometimes those things can be directly removed. Other times you need to kind of minimize the damage of this by surrounding it and burying it with more positive things. Now, we can do that for you.
Guys, isn't the end result of all this cleanup that actually everything's so clean they can't really see the real person, and you're not branding yourself, you've just become bland yourself? What if I just came off social media to get all together? I'll just delete Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and have no footprint on social media.
So there's one thing which is not having anything negative, but more and more employers are looking for positive things that reinforce their decision online. So not having any social media accounts that give them any indication is a bit of a red flag to employers at the moment.
The online entrepreneurs are proving why their service is a necessity, not a luxury. Tuka Suleiman now wants to focus on the cash the techie twosome are bringing in.
It looks like you've got a business. You've turned over 4 million?
It was 4.4 million last year.
And what was the gross profit?
It was 2 million.
Net profit?
Is a loss of 450,000.
And that's because you all spend it on tech.
Correct. It's heavily investing in tech.
This year you'll do 5?
This year we'll do 5.2 million.
And level, or you'll still lose money?
We're expecting to lose money again this year as well,
much?
yes. But same as last year, about 450.
450?
Yes.
OK, so it's very apparent that you're losing money, and money doesn't come from thin air. And at the moment, you're trying to raise 1%, which values the company at 10 million?
Yes. This is a part of a larger raise that we're putting together this year of about £3 million. Right.
But you've done your homework about me, haven't you?
I have. I know you don't get out of bed for 1%.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that if I want to invest, you'll accommodate.
We're here to make a deal.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Tuka Suleiman tests the water and discovers the duo's terms appear to be negotiable. But Deborah Meaden wants to establish why the pair have travelled across the pond to seek investment in the first place.
I'm interested. So there's an equivalent of Dragons Den in the US. Why didn't you go to them? It's called Shark's Tank over there, isn't it?
We did appear on Shark Tank, and we got a $2 million offer, but we just couldn't negotiate. So I walked away from the deal.
Gosh. That was a... OK, but I have to say, the risk of sitting in this chair is that you don't do the same thing again.
You know, in retrospect, I didn't know that there was extra value in having a shark than there was the money. We need to make sure we learn from that mistake. I don't want to be seen as someone who goes on a show like this and does the same thing. So what we want to do is act drastically different this time around.
Good.
Can I just take us back to the investment? How much do you guys own the company?
Yeah, so I hesitate to put the exact percentages of everybody, you know, out there on TV.
Why would it... You can just search and find that out.
It's not completely public to employees and things like that.
Yeah, but if I'm investing in you, I want to know how
Oh, yeah,
much...
you will know this before you make an investment.
Well, exactly. So I'm now currently before I make an investment. So I need to know what you guys own of the company.
Me and my co-founders owe...
No, just you. Just picking you, the founder.
10%.
And Nathan, what do you own?
It's less than 2%.
And have you communicated to all shareholders that you're here?
Yes, and we have the consent that we can negotiate to certain types of things.
OK, I got it.
Peter Jones pushes the entrepreneurs to reveal their share structure and that they've got the green light to cut a dragon-friendly deal. And it appears Jenny Campbell is warming to the cyberspace sprucing idea.
A lot of people need to clean up their act online. It's like hoovering up the dirt off the carpet, really, isn't it? So to that extent, it is a useful tool. Where it doesn't work for me is I don't like being a small fish in a huge pond. I like to make a difference. And I just feel that with this tiny, tiny sliver of equity, that's not for me. So I wish you all the best, and I'm out.
The 1% share offering has no appeal for Jenny Campbell, and she ends her interest. Tuka Suleiman now wants to talk about the pair's plans for relocation.
Hi, guys. How big an office do you want?
We're easy to please.
What if I said to you, I'll give you 1,000 square feet free of charge for 12 months in the West End of London. If you give me 10% of the business. You're not blinking.
He's not going to give you 10%.
No, no. Guys, I'm going to make you an offer. I'll give you all the money, but I want 4%.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Tuka Suleiman tables a bid and throws some rent-free real estate into the mix. Does serial investor Deborah Meaden think the online airbrushing idea has potential?
I think it's great. It's bang on. You guys are smart, you know, you're on it. And when a business comes into the den that's absolutely ahead of the curve, I'm interested. So I am going to make you an offer. And I'm going to offer you all of the money. And I want 3% of the business.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, you've been very transparent, which is really good. And I think the development that you've got going on is very interesting as well. So I, too, am going to make you an offer. £100,000, all of the money, for 3%.
Tej Lalvani and Deborah Meaden make identical offers and join the party. With a hat-trick of deals already on the table, it's now just tech tycoon Peter Jones who remains. Will he want to add the online business to his portfolio?
I really like it. And it is a concern, as a dad as well, with kids. That one photograph, that one annoying thing, their behaviour has affected potentially their career. And that's a shame, actually. I think what you've done is really good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And you've gone Shark Tank. You're in the real show now.
Yeah.
This is where it started. These are the guys that do the deals.
Told you.
Yeah. So you did the right thing coming to the UK. I'm actually going to make you an offer. And I'm going to offer you all of the money for 2.5% of the equity.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Should we go to the back wall and think about it?
Yeah.
Do you mind? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The entrepreneurs have 4 bids to consider. Tuka Suleiman is offering free floor space, but wants 4% of the company.
Do you think he's most likely to negotiate, though?
Deborah Meaden and Tej Lalvani both want 3%.
2 options. We decrease the percentage, or we ask for more money.
And Peter Jones has sharpened his claws and undercut them all with his 2.5% demand.
Oh, that's your call, man. Can you do it? Can we take it?
They regretted their decision to reject a deal stateside. Are they now ready to accept any of the offers on the UK table?
Okay.
So firstly, thank you very much for hearing us out, and thank you for the offers. Peter gave us the most generous offer, so I'd like to put a counter forward to yourself. Would you be prepared to provide us with the 100,000, but in exchange for 2% of the business?
Is that offer open to other dragons, or is it just to Peter?
At this stage, it's an open offer.
If it was open to other dragons, I wouldn't accept it.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you, what would you like to do?
If you accepted the offer, I think we'd be ready to accept that right now.
Absolutely.
Okay. I would accept 2%, but the most important thing for me is on the next fundraise, I'm not diluting.
I'm prepared to accept that deal.
Yeah?
Oh, wow. I think so.
Great.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I'm gutted and delighted at the same time.
Thank you for all the...
Peter Jones accepts the counter-offer and shakes hands on a deal. The entrepreneurs exit the den with the £100,000 they were seeking and a tech tour de force on their board.
That's a great business, Mr. Jones.
Wow. Wow. I don't know what to say.
It was tough.
They have very good poker faces, the best being Peter Jones.
I actually felt quite bad closing you out then.
Well, you should, because that was quite rude, actually.
The pair head off for New York with a possible celebratory stop-off.
We might go to the pub and have a drink, but it's inconclusive.